Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Valpo Esports stream. Tonight we have Valpo Overwatch Shield against Purdue White in the NECC semifinals of the Challengers Division. I am Kirtakuki of the Valpo Beacon Overwatch team, and I'm joined tonight by.
Aubrey, also known as Era, one of the Valpo esports casters.
All right. And we're working right now on getting the map bans before we jump on in.
Yep,
But
the two of the two groups were just about ready to head on in to a random map before even doing their bans. They just forgot, I guess.
been a lot of friendly banter in the chat, so can't
Very
blame them for getting caught
much.
up in the moment.
Yes. So let's hope 3 minutes is 3 minutes. All right. So what do you think? I believe we did see a few bans. Do you mind scrolling up, Michael, real quick? Yeah. So we are seeing.
Are those actual choices, or are those just players voicing their displeasure? I, given Chiruro's response, I believe that's just trolling.
Okay, I was like, wait a second, those aren't actual places. What did I think?
Oh, Paris used to be a place,
Well, yes,
and
but
then
not anymore.
then Blizzard finally realized nobody liked it anymore.
They also were saying ban Berlin and stuff. So, so last week there was a few different bans. SIUE was banning Hollywood Junker, and Valpo was also banning Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar and Paraiso. So probably gonna see them ban those two again. We also saw Valpo banning Nepal, Kings Row, and Route 66, which wait no, Eichenwald and Dorado. I read that wrong. They banned Eichenwald and Dorado, so might see them ban those again. What's your opinion on those stages?
I feel like both Valpo teams kind of struggle with the very like heavy verticality maps,
Mhm.
like Gibraltar and Paraiso,
Mhm.
and tend to less want to attack those kind of maps.
Yeah. Yeah, being having to push up and having the other team try and attack you from above is definitely putting them at a disadvantage as they can attack you from different areas. So we are seeing um, Purdue White ban Circuit and Pariso.
Both of those are new maps. It makes sense that they'd want to ban them, get the new maps out of the way. They might not be as used to them.
Yeah, they are quite new. So when we have new maps, not everyone is completely familiar with them, and they might just want to go on to a map that they already know and learn which ones that they just fight over who has the better understanding of the maps.
And we have Valpo's bans coming in. They're going to ban Hollywood and Gibraltar. Again, going those very hard to attack, high verticality maps.
Yep. Oh, and we're finally getting over to control with Purdue White banning Oasis. And we're waiting for Valpo Shield to get number 9. No response. So let's see. But Oasis
Valpo's actually going
seems.
to be picking this first control
Yes.
map.
Right, I just realized that.
Nepal?
Same map as last time. That's very exciting.
If
Going
it
to
ain't
same
broke,
place.
don't fix it.
Yep, so we are going to see a lot of fun characters. I'm expecting a Lucio to come out at some point.
I'm also very much expecting Wistful here to come out on the Rhine. Rhine is very, very dominant, especially on the elevated point of the Shrine map within Nepal.
Yes. Yes. Reinhardt is an excellent pick for Nepal, so we can expect some Nepal action. We can expect some Reinhardt action and some Lucio action. So just waiting for Valpo to be ready, and so we can decide on what their choices will be with these picks.
It looks
What?
like we're going to be having Solaris and Chiruru as the support duo. I fully expect the Lucy to be on Solaris and
Mm-hmm.
the Kiriko to be on Chiruru.
Yeah, and we have Dirty Wolf waiting on the back lines for our team.
Vampity's still very concerned about this delay. No matter, we're going to get it right on into it.
Alright, going into the shrine map real quick. So, our team is on the blue side this time, with Purdue white on the right with the red. So we are seeing Michael just fly around real quick to get a good view of what we.
And we still got the friendly banter going on in the chat. Hopefully they can keep it clean this time.
Hopefully.
And we are going to see that Rhine come out on Wistful.
Yes.
Purdue white, though, going with the Hog.
Very interesting choice. Hog is still kind of an off tank. He is not as he can still suck up a lot of damage, but I feel like compared to like Reinhardt and stuff, he is not as successful as others. We are seeing a follow right now, so thank you for following. I can't read it from here.
That would be Pekka Shintel. That would actually be one of our other Beacon players.
Ah. Alright, thank you for following. So we are seeing Vamputy use his teleporter to get the team a little bit further ahead, then switching back up to Sojourn. Wistful falling though really quick. That's
Reinhardt cannot stand up to that damage from the Hog, Reaper, and Sojourn all at the same time.
Yep, and Roadhog managed to get a kill on Fusk, killing our Reaper and leaving the team to back up with Churro falling right then and there.
And unfortunately, Vamputy and Churro kind of got caught out there in the back line. They managed to hang on for a while, even managed to pick up a kill, but they weren't going to live forever with the Hog still alive.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I think that our team is going to need to go a different strategy because they do, Purdue White has a very good knowledge on where the team is. They might have been reviewing some of the previous stream footage, as it seems like Shield loves to take that little passageway.
Very common for both Valpo teams, actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
remember
far more meta in Overwatch 1. I believe that's why it's kind of been sucked with Shield.
I understand. We are seeing only one kill on Valpo's team, with Vamputy having to back up and respawn. Unfortunately, though, we are 37% behind with Valpo, but looking at our ult economy, we have 4 ults now.
Oh, the Shatter gets canceled by OG's Hook.
Yep.
There comes out the Gates and the Blossom from both teams, actually.
Yes. Yep. Those large amounts, but 2 ults was not good enough for the team.
Solaris's beat actually got canceled there as well.
Yes, it did. And that is very disappointing because it was just at the right time, right cancel, to just take his ult percentage all away. We're seeing a Roadhog ditto now.
I wouldn't be, depending on how this push goes, I wouldn't be surprised to see them come out with an Ana in a future map, especially one that's a little more condensed, just to try and disable their Roadhog as much as possible. But we got Vamputy coming in with the headshot on the opposing Sojourn. It's going to be big if they can play off of it.
Yeah, finally managing to get a little bit of the thing and just getting a little bit more of the ground, letting Lucio get away a little bit, but that's fine, it's still Lucio.
Nope. Solaris does manage to win the boop contest, but the Lucio is still going to get out. Solaris is getting a little greedy there. Alright, decides it's better for the team to just come on back.
Yeah, just trying to boop each other off the map. That's what Lucio always wants.
The most satisfying things in the world are environmentals.
So this is going to be one of the last pushes of the game if Valpo does not win.
We have Kiriko's Gates coming out onto point.
We are seeing the Roadhog did take a significant amount of damage from that Reaper. Waiting on them to get just a little bit more, but that ult does take Vamputy and Fisk down on our team.
Unfortunate reload time there for the Reaper. Unable to finish the Hog off just because he was out of ammo.
Yep. Getting out of ammo.
Recontest though.
Yeah, getting out of ammo is not the best thing. Seeing another ult. this is a close one, and we are going to get on the point just in time with other people being able to finally take out their team and get the plate back on. They barely lived. The only reason they were able to actually make it back to the point in time was they split up, which is normally not a good thing to do.
With proper coordination, splitting up can lead to your opponents getting confused and disoriented.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot harder to pull off in these kind of mid to high ELO settings, but clearly Valpo Shield showing that they can pull it off.
Yeah.
Reaper trying to bait out the hogs, hook.
Yeah. Normally you want to wait for your team to be completely ready in order to finish doing the split up. We are seeing the Reaper and Lucio try and do the exact same thing on the other team and separate, but let's
Twin
just
gates
be...
coming out, nothing happens.
No.
But it is going to be Valpo taking that point.
That was a lot closer than I was hoping for.
Valpo did manage to overcome Purdue White 3-1 last time they faced, but this is the number 3 seed if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and Valpo is the number 2 seed, so this is going to be a very close, very good matchup today. We are seeing a lot of the same choices right now, the only difference being a Tracer on Purdue White's side, so we'll see how this goes. Still sticking with the Dubbo Roadhog. What's your opinion on that?
Roadhog has been made much better, especially with Zarya's nerfs coming in, but it's still kind of disorienting to see Roadhog being so common in Overwatch 2, coming off of Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
We are going to see that sim into the Soj again to get Valpo out of the point.
Yep, just a little bit faster, able to get any nice Reaper kill going from the Roadhog, but unfortunately that is still their tank down right now. Not going to be the best look.
They are up a player. If they can play it right, they still have the advantage, but that Roadhog is going to be a very, very big threat. You can see they're hooking into the Soj, but Soj does manage to get out.
Yep. I don't know what's going on with that Lucio
Looks
there.
like it might be a Lucio DC. Yep. We got the call for a pause coming in. That's probably a Lucio DC.
Ooh, that's not good. What is a Lucio DC? A disconnect?
Yeah, disconnect. Their player disconnected.
Ooh, that is gonna be...
Actually, we're watching the ISU versus Carroll game earlier, and there was actually 2 players from Carroll that disconnected right after a fight.
Oh, that's not good. I know. I believe Carroll is the number 1 seed, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So if Valpo wins this, they most likely will be playing them. They're looking at something.
They are heading into the last map right now. Carroll is very close to being able to take the next point, but it is tied up 2-2.
Oh wow, that is a very close game indeed.
Ooh, we do see Fampity getting knocked out by this opposing Sojourn's railgun.
Yep.
Railgun's a terrifying thing, especially for a support player like myself. The fact that it's a hit scan when everything else that Sojourn has is a projectile makes it kind of an unexpected little thing.
Yep. I do not like Sojourn as also a support player.
Yeah, Fusik here being confused by the unbreakable fences.
You think you would figure that out by now, how many hours he's likely put into the game.
You see here through the map that the opposing Reaper is also up top. Fusik's probably about to meet him.
Yep.
Got
We're
the Reaper
seeing...
duel.
Yep.
The opposing Reaper decides to leave. Wise decision. Does manage to pick off Fampity, but both of the DPS for Purdue White are low.
They are incredibly low, and we are seeing an ult coming out from Wistful. Not enough, but we still have 2 ultimates coming from our support players, with Purdue White using actually almost all of their ults, except their Lucio ult. But we still got 2 more coming, and 2 more on the playing field right now, leaving us in a good spot compared to them.
And you saw there Fusik just standing still and letting the Soj kill him after the fight was already lost, just to get back to respawn a little quicker.
Yep, always a good idea.
You have 4 ults in the favor of Valpo Beacon.
Mhm.
1, almost 2 for Purdue.
Yep, we did see that Roadhog trying to get behind us, but Reaper did see him and warned the team in order to scare that Roadhog off.
It looks like Purdue is going to let this fight be a loss and a regroup. They have beat to try and counteract a lot of things Valpo can do, but they don't decide to commit it once they've lost 2 players already.
Mhm. Yeah, so we did see a Kiriko ult coming out from Churro. And we're still seeing 3 ults, but only requiring 1 ult in order to win the battle is very good, especially with Purdue White coming on with almost 3 ults now.
And we are looking at Wistful there with 60% onto the whole hog.
Yes, but we do have we have 2 Roadhog ults on the way with OG also having a high percentage for his ult.
Looks like Famfi and Fusic are going to put in the work to get this fight shut down before it starts. Purdue White doesn't even have time to commit those ults.
Yep, Fanbeauty and Fusk just went at it, and they decided they were going to take it out. Not even I think 1 ult was used, and that was just Sojourn's ult, which is very nice.
We can see the Lucio and Reaper posing here for a speedy Death Blossom, and here it comes. Just wait out the beat a little, and then it's gonna go. There it is. Hog ult does push it away, but it gets some damage in. Valpo is down 2, and here comes the gates from the opposing team. It's probably going to be a reset.
Yep, Valpo's going to probably back up.
Fanfody does manage to pick off the opposing Kiriko, and Lucio gets out.
Yep.
With the Lucio alive, we have the opportunity for a faster recontest. Might end up being necessary, but Valpo right now without ults.
Yeah, we are quite behind on the alt front, but they are also quite behind on the alt front, with only their Sojourn having their alt and just using it right then and there, not spying the Lucio attacking them from behind.
That overclock does come out, but it does not immediately get somebody, and the Sojourn goes down to Fanfody. Here comes the gates from Valpo. They play this right, then this is a 1 fight.
Yep.
Got the Reaper kind of hanging out, waiting the touch point again. Lucio
We do have
doing his thing.
I think that's it.
And that is going to be Valpo Shield taking the first map, the control map of Nepal.
Yes, that is. That is going to be a win, and we'll see what the play of the game is.
It is going to be Park from Purdue White on Sojourn.
They had some excellent plays right then. I believe they did a lot of really good things and were able to take down our team very quickly.
Ooh, a nasty little headshot there on the Lucio.
Yes. No 5 kills, no quadra kills or pentakills. So very interesting there. We are going into. Can we get our cheat sheet up?
That's the thing, though, when you have a bunch of hog-based
Hybrid.
comps, you're not going to find those super quick team kills very often, because hog doesn't have a good ult to help wipe a team, which is a lot of what tank ults do.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping for some other, like, hog, but who knows, maybe they might just keep going hog for the memes.
Well, we are going now to hybrid, and we do have Hollywood and Paraiso already out of the picture. If we're going to look for a hog-based comp, then it would probably be on Midtown.
We are waiting for them to ban another map. Who knows? They might just ban Eichenwald again.
In that case, it'd be down to Kings Row and Midtown. Got the ban from Vampity.
I would not be surprised if they ban Eichenwald again. They, like, immediately once it went to hybrid, they were like, ban Eichenwald, and it was like, okay, that was quick.
Eichenwald's second point has a lot of high ground as well that can be very hard to push, especially in this meta when you've got the Reaper that can just drop into your backline and the Soj can just rain from you up high, but it can also be really easily swept if you play it right.
So, FanPD is just not doing anything.
Kings Row tends to be a favorite of both Valpo teams,
hmm
so I wouldn't be surprised if they try and narrow it towards that. I
Yeah.
don't see Kings Row getting banned.
They are still discussing. What is your opinions on the new Overwatch champion while we wait for them to decide on their ban?
You speak of Ramatra?
Yes.
Looks broken. Gonna be honest. He looks broken.
Isn't that like every time a new character gets introduced, no matter what game, looks broken?
Typically, yes. Kiriko actually was more balanced than I expected. She's definitely powerful, more powerful than the norm, but she's not to the point of, say, release Junker Queen.
True.
And they banned Midtown.
All
So it
right.
is going to be Ike or Kings Row that Purdue has to pick from. Banana Man expressing his joy.
That is a resounding yes. So, let's see what they decide to pick. Either going Eichenwald or Kings Row. Who knows? Maybe FanPD, the Valpo Shield and FanPD are really hoping for that Kings Row. But we will see.
Personally, I'm also a big fan of the map of Eichenwald,
Hmm.
particularly its second and third points. Control point can be touch and go. You really have to have a lot of coordination to get through it.
Yeah. And it seems like both teams just do not want to talk. They are heavily discussing this.
It is
I,
a semifinals game. A
yeah,
lot on
that
the line.
is true. There is a lot on this line with the semifinals. And is there a loser bracket? I don't think there
There
is.
is not.
No.
It is single elimination. And notably, if Shield manages to win this game, or hopefully when Shield manages to win this game, this will actually be their first appearance in finals.
Yes.
They have been doing exceptionally well this semester.
Yeah, getting a second seed for Kings Row.
No surprise there.
Nope. But looking at Valpo Shields, it would be incredibly nice to see them get a win right after their sibling team, Beacon, just got a win last semester.
Beacon actually went on a lovely little streak. We won fall 21 playoffs,
hmm
spring 22 playoffs, and the summer 22 nationals.
hmm
Sadly, no such luck this year.
Well, that's what happens when you move up a different rank.
True.
You have to get used to new meta, and a lot of new skills will have to be learned when you do it.
Especially with the switch over to the new Overwatch 2 meta. A lot of
Yes.
things changed.
hmm Yep. When things change, you. What?
This chat continues to be a source of endless
Entertainment.
entertainment.
Apparently, FamPD cannot read. So, let's make fun of him later about that, shall we?
There's plenty of things that we can pick on him for.
I don't really know him, so I don't have much to pick on him for.
Get to know him. He's great.
Haven't really had the chance. I've gotten a chance to meet the Smash team well, but not Overwatch. So, we are seeing Purdue. We are seeing Purdue attacking first with Valpo defending and going into attacking next time. We are just waiting for them to pick their sides, and we will go and. All right.
Ampty hovering over that Junkrat.
I think that's a
Interesting.
conferred Junkrat.
That is. He's heading out of the spawn doors.
Well, last time he actually played Junkrat for the last game on Kings Row, and he was just messing around on Junkrat. He even pulled out a Bastion at one point.
Bastion has gotten a lot better and has a lot better reception now in Overwatch 2 than he did in Overwatch 1.
Yes, that is quite true.
We're having a little spray war here.
Okay. We are.
OG was hovering over that Doomfist, now has switched to Orisa.
Yeah.
Coming out with a Torbjorn on attack. Oh, and there we go on the Hog again. It's going to be another Hog v Hog.
Oh, great. Not what I was hoping for. I expect this to be a meme. So, pulling out the Torbjorn on attack is quite interesting. I would not particularly expect that, as Torbjorn has to set up in certain places. But we are seeing no more Hog v Hog, as we are seeing a Zarya come on out.
Likely due to the pick of the Junkrat. Zarya gets a lot of free charge from Junkrat.
Yes. And we are seeing Valpo have to back up.
Whereas gets caught out a little.
Yep. After losing Solaris, Valpo has to back up, and the point is likely going to go to Purdue here. Almost finished. So, Zarya, it was almost down to health there, but we are seeing the rest of the team try and group up, as right now that's what they need to do. There's maybe 3 people on the point.
The incredible thing about Zarya is her immense survivability.
Yes.
Her ability to just bubble herself twice, plus all the healing coming in from that Kiriko, makes it very hard to kill her. And anytime you don't kill her, you just give her charge.
Yep. They are backing up incredibly fast. Purdue White is making heavy movement towards their first point.
Looks like they're going to push them all the way into second point.
Yeah.
Both Fusik and Churro are getting caught out there as they try to regroup.
Just trying to get a little bit of regroup. Fanbeauty missing going into the little bubble spot.
Is staying on the Junkrat though. Interesting choice. My guess would be he's waiting for that Riptire.
Yeah.
A massive grab coming in for Purdue. They're also Hart getting a lot of kills.
This is not looking good for Valpo right now. Solaris going Zenyatta. We've seen some excellent kills from Zenyatta from Solaris before. They've managed to do some wacky things with him. So I don't expect any less.
I do worry a little bit about the Zen pick though, with the Sojourn on the field almost constantly.
Yes.
Zen's head is very easy to hit with that Sojourn railgun.
Yeah. I just remember, we are seeing, okay, Riptire does kill 1 person though.
And
Zarya...
Wistful finishes off Nezar.
Alright, they finally managed to get that point back, but they can't lose they can barely lose like any fights now.
Looks like they're basically racing against the ultimates. We have the Beat and the Molten Core coming out for Torb.
Yes.
And it's going to be versus the Gates and the Overclock from Valpo.
Yep. Both of those are going to massively help in these fights. But only
Torb
right
uses
now.
it a little prematurely, only gets about half of the Gates in his Molten Core. He is still going to find the kill on Fusik though.
Yep. And Valpo is forced to back up again with Fanbeauty busting out the Bastion yet again. Solaris just knocked out as well.
Solaris landing his shots on the Zen would have won the 1v1, but unfortunately wasn't a 1v1.
Nope, it was not. We are seeing
Ooh! Lovely overclock shot there to take out the turret and the Kiriko at the same time. We do see Fanbeauty there on the Bastion again.
He really likes the Bastion on this map in particular. I think his hope is for like the ultimates, just being able to like sneakily go around the corner and just let it rip.
Well, with the ultimate from Bastion now, it's a lot less effective unless you have something to combo with. In this case, we do have a Zarya to provide that comboing potential, but the big benefit of Bastion on King's Row in particular is there's a lot of long sight lines. But we are going to see that switch over to the Reaper instead.
Yeah, I don't believe we've seen much of Fanbeauty on the Reaper this season. He's been really going with a bunch of random picks, but Fanbeauty is
We have the double grab. Looks like it is going to wind up in Valpo's favor, though, because of that Transcendence from Solaris.
And we are seeing the Lucio try and get away, but FanPD's like, it's not worth it.
And we're getting close to that Death Blossom from FanPD.
Yes.
We do have the core coming online from Banana Man again, though. It's going to be a war of positioning in that.
Yep. Yet again, we are seeing it come down to another fight. Valpo does not want to lose this fight, because doing so would likely mean losing this point.
They have already held this leg for over 2.5 minutes.
Who
We're
knows,
still engaging
maybe...
in single combat with the Torbjorn right outside Spawn. That's risky. He's going to have to back up.
Yep. Purdue is likely feeling a little overconfident, expecting with how quickly they were able to take the point and move it past the first save point.
And here comes the Molten Core from the Torbjorn. Isn't going to find anyone, but FanPD's Blossom is huge! And Kiriko's just going to opt to jump in the void and end the fight. That is a team kill.
Yes, that is. But we are seeing that Fusk is the only one on our team. Oh, no, we do have a few other alts coming. Fusk has his ult still, and we still, but the other team does have 2 support alts going. They're probably going to want to use those this time to get the best goal.
Valpo definitely has the ult advantage if they can use it right. They just can't be swept in this fight. Reaper gets low there, but does not fall thanks to the Kiriko Suzu. Beaming down that Sojourn.
Yep.
Needs some support. Gets it from FanPD.
Wistful was just barely hanging on there. And their Kiriko really saved them with the immortality bomb thing, and then being able to throw in the healing with the help of Lucio. Really nice, or from the help of Solaris. Really nice there.
Kiriko's protection Suzu is incredibly powerful. It gives an effect similar to Reaper's Wraith, where every attack just passes straight through them. But we did see every ult that was that both teams had come out in that fight. We just have Solaris is having this Transcendence back now, finally. Wasn't able to use it last fight, didn't need it. Solaris does go down to this Sojourn, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team has folded already.
Yep. Most people are just out, and now there's 33 seconds. Reaper's probably not going to make it on the point for very long. Nope, he did not.
He manages to touch, but that Blossom's going to be the backline. If they had more time, I don't see Purdue having been able to do anything either. That grab could have been big, but with the Transcendence from Solaris already there in the back pocket, wouldn't have gotten much value.
Yeah, I think at the end, Purdue was getting a little overconfident. I feel like they were going for riskier plays, trying to not do anything interesting, not varying up their attack anyway, just going the same way every single time. And I feel like they're a little overconfident, and Valpo caught them out on it.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem there for Purdue was they didn't switch their comp at all. They stuck with it, and yeah, it pushed them through the first 2 points, but the third point is very different. Valpo, though, doing an incredible job holding that last leg for 5 whole minutes.
Incredible right there. We are seeing a little bit of...
We're having the classic trick of pick the Rhine up to the window.
Oh no. Are they doing it again?
They're doing it again.
Of course they are. Is it going to work? What's your guess? Is it going to work?
Well, usually people do this in order to give like a little shield for a Widow or something, but there's no Widow coming out for Valpo. So...
Oh, you don't know what they're going to do. Do you not know what they're going to do? Because I know what they're going to do.
I have seen it before, and it's it's kind of disgusting. But I have a feeling with this response, Purdue has also seen it before.
The last time it didn't work, they were hoping it would work again. It did not. that is what they love to do on this map.
I believe during our scrimmages between the two teams earlier in the season, I believe Shield tried to do that to Valpo Beacon as well. It's interesting.
Yes.
Ooh, Whistle getting pinned there by the opposing Ryan and walled off. Gonna be saved by Kiriko though.
Wistful is in a very bad place. Kiriko managing to save him. Vampbeauty actually pulling out some more Junkrat over.
And just immediately, I'm noticing how much more comfortable Wistful seems on this hog, or not on the hog, on the Ryan instead.
I think they just went the double hog for the memes, honestly.
Wouldn't be surprised. Sojourn looked caught out, hoping to get back to her team.
Yep.
It's like, we do have Fusik going up to challenge it though. Wistful needs some help. Where's this Kiriko?
Yeah, Kiriko is nowhere to be seen. Taking heavy amounts of damage, getting knocked out of any attacks he tries to do.
May does miss that wall. That is a big benefit for Wistful there.
Yep, if it wasn't for that wall, Reinhardt would not have been able to escape.
We have Shatters online for both teams. There comes the Shatter for Purdue. And the beat comes out as well? Not sure why that was needed. Wistful shatters the shield.
Yep, shattering the shield. Wistful is almost down. Junkrat,
is there to support him though?
Yep.
Ooh, are we looking at a tire? We're looking at a tire. Forcing everyone to back up. We did use gates there as well. I wonder if that was coordinated. Oh, and the tire is massive.
Vampbeauty is probably popping off. If we didn't have these headphones on, we probably would be able to hear him.
Would not be surprised at all. This man loves his multi-kills.
Oh, I'm sure. Everyone loves multi-kills. So we are seeing, actually, our DPS units staying and pushing the point. Typically, you see a support player pushing the point instead.
They're trying to get as much time as they can going into this third point. So they're trying to put more people on cart. Shatter comes out in response to the Blizzard, as well as Valpo's beat. Looks like it is still going to go mostly in the way of Valpo, though.
We are hanging on. Valpo is lagging behind where Purdue White was the first time. Them trying to be a little bit memey might actually cost them. We'll see.
The Shatter comes down directly on the Lucio's head, and the follow-up gets the Kiriko. Valpo's down supports, but Purdue is down their tank.
Yep. But it's still a 4v against 1, basically, against the Reinhardt, with Kiriko trying to do any little bit of damage on him as she can. But
against the Kiriko and the Reaper, though, the Rhine can still push cart. Nobody can get close to him, and he can just sit on cart.
That is true, but
Reaper's
we are...
gonna come in and recontest again.
Yep. We are seeing that Reinhardt go down on our team. Our team is forced to back up as they do not have a tank and are not going to get one for a while versus the 5 players of Purdue White.
You see that Shatter and the gates online for Valpo, though.
It is very nice, but Purdue White is rushing back to the cart, trying to make sure that they can't get...
Ooh, the Shatter is massive.
Yes, that was.
Unfortunately, the follow-up's not there, and the Lucio gets up and uses his beat. I'm surprised they didn't use the gates there in tandem with the Shatter.
Not sure why either, but I guess that was just...
Ooh, Vampity uses Tire and gets killed in the animation.
Yep, not what you're hoping for. And I think this
is still on point, but is gonna just surrender the fight.
Yeah, and that was a losing fight. As soon as I saw that it was only Fuse Guy, I was like, there's no way that's gonna work. Vampbeauty going over and switching to the Reaper. So we'll see how this is going to go. Actually, mirrored teams right now, so we'll see how this is gonna be.
We are almost full-blown meta right now. Only the tank is a different tank.
Yep, no Zarya today.
No Zarya and no Monkey. Winston is very meta right now as well.
Yes, there is quite a few. I mainly am aware of the Zarya because that's what I've been trying to learn. I think Wiston's gonna go. That Kiriko play was absolutely incredible. I don't know if I just was in awe right there. Barely saving that Winston. Unfortunately, he is going to go right down there, right with that Blossom taking him down and the Reinhardt backing up.
And unfortunately, Wistful lost his shatter there. Reaper TP's up top, finds out that Kiriko along with the Soj.
Yep, I don't think Fuse is going to survive this.
Valpo is looking now at last fight territory. If they don't win this fight, they only have Overclock to go off of.
Yep, and if they do win this fight, they have a great chance of making it through. But right now, this is showing to be a very good chance they might not win.
It's beginning to look here like map picks are king.
Yep.
You have that overclock come out, but it's not finding the heads that it needs.
Yep, unfortunately, if it could have gotten at least several headshots there, it would have likely been very bad for Purdue White.
Lucio speeding the Rhine back. They are going to touch. It is just Wistful on the point now, though.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it does look like that will be Purdue taking this map too.
Yep. That is with Purdue taking this match, bringing us to a tie, 1v1. I'm a little bit excited, but also I'm a little bit worried about this. We are seeing Famputi getting his lovely play of the game with that triple kill. Like I said, he's probably popping off about that.
Judging by the sprays as well.
But I am a little bit excited because we will be seeing a push map, which is the new mode from Overwatch 2, and many teams do not still are a little bit struggling to get their groove. It's only been out for like a month and a half, so it's still a little bit new. So we are going into our escort match, and we are going to see what Purdue White bans this time. So Purdue White gets to ban, and Valpo's going to be choosing. What, let's see, I can't remember what Valpo chose last time. Yes, Dorado, yeah. No, they banned Dorado. So last time they went to Route 66, where apparently there's a bathroom break, I think, going on.
Yes.
I just see those two words and I'm like, my assumption is bathroom break.
Yes.
So we do
also need to keep in mind, though, their last time facing Purdue, they did win 3-1.
That is true.
We're not behind the curve yet.
We're not behind yet. But let's just be honest, I don't really want to knock on wood here. We got
plenty of wood here.
We have really, I think, 3 teams currently going into semifinals/finals. I know our league team won their game last night going into finals. Unfortunately, though, we do have 2 teams that I am currently aware of that are currently out. We have our Smash Bros. Crew teams and the Overwatch Beacon teams, both out of the semifinals or any other matches this season. I know they're looking for a comeback next season. I know Smash Team is looking for a comeback. I'm sure Beacon is too. Can you speak for them?
Beacon is definitely looking, well, we know we're going to have some changes going into next semester.
Yes.
How exactly it shapes up, that remains to be seen.
Yep. Most likely there will be at least somebody new joining the Beacon team next semester. So, because it's always nice to at least have 1 or 2 subs. But we'll see what happens. What about your current support sub? Are they planning on stepping in for the next time, or are they going to remain a sub?
The way that Beacon was structured, we actually had 3 tanks coming into Overwatch 2. So we had our 1 main tank, as well as 2 tank subs. For DPS and for support, we actually didn't have any subs.
Oh.
But now looks like one of our former tank players is likely going to be stepping into that support role
Ooh,
going into next semester.
I see. So hopefully they can pull some good do some good work on support, learning. Oh, we're gonna do a break too. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit, guys. All right, we're back from that short break. We are seeing a ban on Dorado, but we do want to mention we got confirmation about our Rocket League teams. The Brown team is out. That is basically the Beacon version of the Rocket League side. And Gold is playing tomorrow their semifinals game, so we'll see if they make it. Really nice to see 3 Valpo teams in semifinals.
And in fact, Valpo, Beacon, and Shield used to be called Brown and Gold. They were renamed at the beginning of the 21-22 season. Once again, the chat is a form of endless entertainment.
We might be going on another 2-minute break. So, who knows? Both coming from Purdue White. Maybe they're trying to catch Shield off by making them wait so long. Maybe that's a strategy. They're gonna play some mind games.
Well, the banter these two teams have had, I'm not sure that's possible. And we have the pick of Junkertown coming out from Shield.
Very, very nice. They're nice spelling there, Michael.
Don't worry, nobody could spell it.
How is everyone spelling it wrong, apparently? Okay.
Yeah, people are typing too quick.
So we are seeing a little bit of change, being Famputi being switched out for Dirty Wolf. So we have 2 of our attackers coming in, but no Famputi, so we'll see how everything goes.
I would be incredibly surprised to not see Dirty Wolf pull out a Widow at some point on Junkertown.
I know every time I see him, he loves his snipers.
This is the legendary aim of Shield.
I can't aim. I just can't. I wish I had a good aim, but that's what's nice seeing, like, all these pro players being able to just shoot and hit all of their targets so well. It's crazy.
If mechanics were everything, I wouldn't be on Beacon even. We'll just leave it at that.
Alright.
We're gonna see the double sniper looking to come out from Shield.
Very interesting. We are seeing 2 Sigmas on the playing field, and also we're seeing heavy changes, honestly. We are seeing an Ashe Widowmaker, just like you said. We're also seeing a Mercy coming in from Solaris on Valpo's side, but
Dirty Wolf might actually be going back to change.
maybe? I think so.
Indeed, he's gonna go to that Soj.
Alright, but we are seeing Purdue White have incredibly different team composition, with having Sigma as their tank, Hanzo and Sojourn as attacking, and pulling out a Zenyatta. So this is their first real changes on team composition this time. So we'll see how it works for them.
Yeah, Zenyatta's Discord Orb is a terrifying thing to be faced with, especially now in Overwatch 2 where there's only one shield present at the most.
And we did see that they were putting that on Sigma. Good choice just to deal some constant damage on Sigma. But Park is able to get a huge snipe on Dirty Wolf right then and there. But Whistle is not able to get much healing. Yep, and that Discord Orb just drains him so much that Hanzo just gets a pick right then and there.
With Kiriko, Zenyatta, Sojourn, and Hanzo, the headshot potential to just insta-kill is very high for this Purdue team.
Yes, and I think that's kind of their goal. I think they're really counting on their aim. We do see Ash trying to hit that Sojourn off to the side, but Sojourn decides to retreat a little bit. So, Mercy's kind of just sticking on healing Ash, which is a little bit of a confusing thing in my opinion, but we'll see how that works.
Mercy tends to be stuck on damage boost duty in a lot of the a lot of the higher healing comps, because the constant healing stream is less necessary.
Yes.
With this Kiriko on the field, I would think that damage boost would be a priority.
Yeah, and I was thinking that too, but by seeing Mercy doing a lot of healing, I was not expecting that. Going for damage boost on Mercy is typically the best thing that you're going to get from Mercy, as most of the other supports don't really have a really good damage boost option.
Yeah, Zenyatta's Discord Orb is about the only other option present. And it seems that the Mercy on healing may be forced by that Zenyatta with the extra damage coming out.
Yeah, unfortunately with that one, I do understand switching over and moving towards a healing focus for Valpo's side. When you are getting striked down heavily, you're kind of going to need to either go in all-in attack or all-in heal. And for Mercy, and typically most people see wanting to go in all-in heal, as that will give your team a little bit longer to survive than just potentially damage boosting random shots.
Does seem like Shield. Talk too much about Beacon. Does seem like Shield is going to give this second point over to Purdue. We have a lot of ults coming out for both teams. This next fight is going to be an explosive one.
Yep. And they do have 4 minutes and 53 seconds for this next point, but we have seen them do it before. Losing that battle, though, is not the best bet for Valpo.
Massive lift came out from OG without requiring any other ults. They're able to just sweep that fight.
But we do have 4 ults in our ult economy coming from Valpo's Shield. Only 2 coming from Purdue White. Let's see. I'm hoping to see a Bob throw out quickly, because that second tank will definitely help out Valpo quite a bit.
Both support ults come out from Shield into this Zenyatta Transcendence.
We are seeing a missed ult coming from that Sigma, though, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Ash's Coach Gun leads her right into Hanzo's Dragon.
Yep, this is not looking too good for Valpo Shield, with Sojourn barely holding on to her ult, sitting up at the top. Fuse going slightly different and going for a Tracer. We are seeing Sigma go down on Purdue's side with their Hanzo and only Hanzo. And I think there was their Kiriko on the point. Those were the only 2 on the point. And Purdue is forced to back up right before the end of the game.
Tracer is an interesting pick, but I definitely understand it into the Zenyatta. Zenyatta now, even with his new snap kick ability, has very little that he can do to a Tracer without just outright killing her.
Yep. Unfortunately, trying to go Tracer just to sneak up and try and confuse the enemy is gonna be a good idea. We are seeing Solaris go for slightly different, switching over to Baptiste. Very interesting decisions over there.
I do like the Baptiste pick over the Mercy pick, though. The sustainability of the double immortality from both Kiriko Suzu and Baptiste's immortality field give the team a lot of stability to take these fights head on, even against the high damage.
And we are seeing Purdue White really like that little spinning platform up there, but it's not really working out in their favor. The team, Valpo is able to really understand where they were going.
They
but
are going to commit 3 ults into this attack. That is going to pay out for them.
Yep. And that is almost a Team White with only Fuse holding on. Not much longer.
We do have 3, almost 4 ults about to come online for Valpo against the Dragon and the Transcendence. The Lift is going to catch the Sojourn and the Kiriko. Kiriko gets out though.
Yep, and we are seeing that Discord ult be put on to Wistful. Not very good for him. Taking that long damage, quick damage is not going to be good, but Tracer is able to help him out on that fight against that other Sigma.
I'm looking at this Pulse Bomb, I'm wondering who it's going to get stuck to. I expect it to come out pretty early this next fight. Try and pick up support if they can.
Yes, I do expect that little smoke, that pipe bomb to come on out the next play. We are seeing 3 ults from Valpo Shield, 2 from Purdue White. No one else is close. So this is going to be a battle of the ults, probably.
It's like Fusic is out here kind of distracting OG on the Sigma here. Interesting play. He's definitely looking for that backline.
Yep, trying to get a support pick really early on would help out Valpo in being able to stall most attacks.
Here comes the Dragon onto the top spinning platform.
Yep, a little bit, I do kind of see that as it does hide the Dragon quite a bit, but unfortunately the Dragon did not deal any sort of damage or anything onto the rest of Valpo Shield.
Looks like the Pulse gets stuck on Sigma's shield. Does damage both him and the Kiriko quite a bit, but does not find any kills.
Yep.
We have the Transcendence come out from Zenyatta. Not enough to save their Hanzo from the Wrath of Fusic.
Nope. And we are seeing 1 more ult, 2 more, still 3 ults with another one on the way from Solaris.
We're also seeing 3 from the side of Purdue.
Yep. So we're back to 3 and 3, basically.
Big lift comes in from Wistful to take out that Zenyatta. Been a thorn in their side since the beginning.
Yep. I don't think the Zenyatta really died at all during any of this match, so.
We have both gates coming out. We have the Sigma lift. Is he gonna fly to point? Looks like he's gonna try.
Very risky
play. We are in
play.
overtime though.
Yes. It was a very risky play. Tracer coming out, trying to knock out the Mercy. Pipe bomb.
And they are going to not be able to make it onto the point.
Yep. Very close right there and there. So we are seeing Valpo just need to basically get near the end and it will be a win.
Similar situation to King's Row. Let's just hope they have a solid plan for attack.
Yes. So we are waiting. Valpo is going to be attacking this time with Purdue White on defense. Let's see how this whole thing is going to play out.
We have to mention again, though, Valpo holding the last point for over 5 minutes. Yet again.
It's just incredible. They are incredibly good at holding the point. I feel like I feel like when looking at this, it's probably going to be a similar situation to Hybrid, in that the red shield will most likely get them kind of like within the minute or 2 minutes, get them to the point, or they might not. Like, it's either they win that last push or they don't. So we'll see how
it's all going to end up depending on these headshots coming in from both teams. We do see the Ashe come in from Purdue.
Yep, seeing Ashe again. Very similar team composition from the very beginning. And we are seeing Widow just hide behind all of that small random stuff, trying to get that pick on that Mercy, which...
Solid hit onto the Sigma.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Sigma's got a large health pool. But Fusic does manage to catch out that Soj, and the res is stopped by the rock.
Yes. Not fun when that rock comes and hits Mercy out of that res. Dying out of res, all of that stuff, not fun.
Sigma's accretion is really just one of the most fun abilities in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Dirty Wolf lands that headshot on the Kiriko.
He did?
We're finally getting to see some of that Widow action.
I know you were looking forward to it.
I was indeed.
We are seeing Purdue White kind of going through a small different thing. I think Valpo, though, is really expecting them to want to come in through that small hole. But Sigma's barrier is stopping Valpo from making some heavy damage.
This switch over onto the Mercy for both teams is interesting, though. I don't see a lot of Mercy play in the games that I'm usually in.
Mm-hmm. There is not a lot of Mercy meta going on. She really had a huge downgrade from the previous game. I think that has to do with the lack of 2 tanks.
Yeah, Mercy relies a lot on her mobility, and that's a whole lot harder to utilize when you only have the 1 tank, because you only have 1 large health pool. And Mercy really thrives on being able to keep those big health pools stopped up. Kiriko caught out here without her TP. He's gonna make it down to the Omega though.
We are seeing a little bit of a switch going to D.Va from Purdue White, which is kind of a Sigma counter in my experience, being able to stop a lot of his attacks. But unfortunately, we are seeing the baby D.Va come out with their tank being bombed.
Yeah, we're seeing the Zen and the Tracer come in for Purdue as well. They are making major swaps. Let's see if it pays off.
This is a very quick escort too.
That right click from the Zenyatta is devastating.
Yep, but still able to get that res, so that's really all that matters from Valpo. We haven't really seen many of Mercy reses, so.
We're seeing Valpo come in here to the last leg with 5.5 minutes. Another very quick push. Let's see if Purdue can hold on just like Valpo did.
Yep. We are seeing a bomb come out, but we do have, looking at our ulticom, you do have 2 ults that can be played at any moment now. Kiriko did go out with an ult, but she still kept it, so it's fine.
Looks like Valpo is just going to let Purdue use 3 ults and not retaliate with her own, just to give them an advantage in the next fight.
Yep. Kind of a smart idea just to get all of the ults out of the way. But we do see a Transcendence coming from Sprout on the other side, potentially.
We do have Chiruro's gates coming in off that Kiriko at the beginning of that fight.
Sigma is barely held on during that fight, mostly thanks to Kiriko, and a little bit help thanks to Mercy.
Another big thing with Sigma is his kinetic grasp allows him to absorb all projectiles coming from the front of him. Similar to D.Va's defense matrix, the only difference is Sigma gets that back as shields.
Yes. So D.Va is retreating back into her thing, back into the point.
Fusik hits his head there a little.
Yep. And we are still seeing 2 ults potentially coming out from Fusk and Solaris, but 2 are about to come out from Purdue White.
Ooh! Dirty Wolf grapples up into the Tracer and headshots her.
Yeah, that Tracer did a lot of damage though. That was very close. Tracer was moving so quickly, but he still managed to hit her, which is incredible.
Tracer was not prepared for the aim of Dirty Wolf.
Nope.
And that Bob is going to find 2 for Fusik. Zen gets low, D.Va gets EMEC. This looks like it might be a 1 fight.
I think so, because
Solaris wrapping up the kill on the baby D.Va. Oh no, Mercy kills are always a sight to behold. And that is going to be Valpo Shield with the 3rd map win. Going up 2-1.
2-1, going into my favorite push.
What's your favorite push map? We've got Esperanza, we've got Coliseo, and we've got New Queen Street so far.
I have been honest, I don't really see New Queen Street that much. The main one that I've really liked seeing is Esperanza, but I don't know. Many other people don't seem to like that one as much.
I seem to find Coliseo to be the most balanced, personally.
Mm. Hmm.
Esperanza has a lot of ability to come from off angles, from the top, from the side, and it can make it really hard to progress, especially for playing with a team that is not as well coordinated as these two are.
Hmm. I like Colosseo because I agree that it is balanced compared to Esperanza, but I believe Esperanza is just really fun because you get to just see a bunch of different plays, different things to do. I just like them particular.
Fair enough.
So, who do you think they might ban here?
I could definitely see Valpo banning New Queen Street.
New Queen Street is just kind of a low ground, in my opinion. Like, just not particular, like, doesn't stand out. Just
And there
kind
it
of.
is. There's a New Queen Street ban.
Yeah, it's just kind of there. It's cool that we're finally seeing. I don't think there was a previous Canada map.
No, New Queen Street was introduced along with Sojourn, who is the Canadian hero.
Yeah. So it's nice to see there being some Canada rep in the map selection, but honestly, I just think it's a weak point in compared to a lot of the new maps.
And I think a lot of the new maps also suffer from the detriment of not having nostalgia behind them. Because a
Yeah.
lot of these maps, especially ones like King's Row and Eichenwald, have been around since effectively the beginning of the game.
Mhm. Yep. So we are waiting for Purdue White to choose their map, choosing between Colosseo and Esperanza. Not sure. I mean, I could see them probably going for Colosseo just because that is, like you said, the more balanced of the two.
I think it depends a lot on what kind of comp they want to run. If they want to run a Rhine-based comp, I think they'll go Coliseo. But they're going with Esperanza. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hog again.
More hog memes.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
All right. Oh, they're going defense.
They're still memeing in the chat.
I'm like, wait a second. No, there's no defense on this. Why am I saying defense?
The way that I've always described push maps to people is it's like an escort map, but both teams are on attack.
Yep. Fuska's not happy about that. That meme.
Understandably.
I don't think it's about the map. I think it's just about the meme. So, we'll wait.
Looks like we are going to be getting right into it.
3 min is 3 minutes.
Understandably, time is still operating correctly.
I hope so. I hope we're not just suddenly in Groundhog Day or something. That would not be fun.
You seem to have confused our lovely friend Fampity over here.
3 R's for 3 minute delay. What? Oh my gosh.
All right, we're getting on in.
They want the stream link, by the way.
Welcome to Esperanza.
All right, we're going to be going on Esperanza. I also wouldn't be surprised to see an Orisa come out from either team. Orisa is very common on push maps.
Yes, Orisa is very nice. Whenever I play tank, I love seeing Orisa on the map. Oh, we're seeing. He doesn't want to be noticed. There is a 3 minute delay, in fact, Churro.
Churro just here drawing on the memes.
3 minutes.
3 minute delay on the stream for delay to stream.
Stream.
We're making tongue twisters tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
list of different bits the teams have come up with. We have the interruption board from the Smash community. We have tongue twisters from Valpo Shield. You need to come up with your own bit next time. You need to get Beacon to debate Bing, whatever their bit is.
I hate to imagine. Actually, correction. Beacon has a bit, it's just an out-of-game bit. For anyone who's ever able to see us in person, you'll notice that most of the guy members of Beacon will in fact be wearing some form of swimming trunk during their competition games. It's the tradition of the funky shorts, ladies and gentlemen. Not much else to say.
Okay. Anyway, getting to the game, we are seeing Winston come on out with the meta play and seeing Roadhog from Valpo, which I see is quite strange, as I didn't feel like Wistful was very confident on the Roadhog last time.
That was an incredible little bubble there from the Winston to save his Reaper, though.
Unfortunately, not enough, though, as Reaper goes down. Same thing with the Winston.
Solaris picking up the kill on that Sojourn. We've seen Solaris like to be really aggressive on this Lucio.
Understandably. Lucio can be quite a thorn in the side. So
especially for a lot of heroes that have slower fire rates, it's very hard to hit that man while he's gliding along walls.
And that of which he does like to do quite a bit.
Looks like we are going to see OG swap over to that Hog. We got another Hog v Hog, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be quite a match.
And we are watching them sneak up from behind, trying to flank over, but not very good when you don't have a tank.
Yeah, Shield really has this momentum in lockdown right now.
Yes, they...
Got the two Sojourns fighting in the background. Unfortunately, Dirty Wolf does lose that fight.
Reaper is going in from our side. Fusk is just trying to sneak in kills and pick off those down.
Does manage to avenge our Sojourn, though.
Trying to take down the others while they're low. That's what Reaper, I feel like, does one of the best things.
I feel like something that people might not have noticed or heard yet with the switch over to Overwatch 2, you'll notice something that didn't happen originally in Overwatch 1. These little portraits appearing over players' heads. That happens when a player pings them, usually with a middle click on the mouse. And that just lets their teammates know the position more precisely without having to do a bunch of advanced callouts.
Huh, that's a very nice feature in the game. We are seeing them, Purdue White, not getting much movement. This push is going heavily in Valpo's favor. Already past the second point, leaving 7 minutes and 13 seconds on the countdown. And only just now is Purdue White able to get the robot in their control.
They do have to expend Whole Hog and Gates for it, though.
Yep, unfortunately. But we still do have 3 ults coming from their side. They were just racking up all that percentage points while they had the chance. Especially with 2 of them being DPS, they are in a decent spot to win another fight coming up. But
they
Valpo
can't use them carelessly, though, because of this beat from Solaris.
But they don't really know that, so we're going to have to wait and see. We do have Wistful getting his ult up very quickly too. Same thing with Gates coming up on our side too.
Nobody seemed to notice that Reaper there crouching behind the wall. Didn't seem like he did much either.
If they don't do much, they're not worth knowing about yet.
And beat comes out from Purdue, in fact. Very well to pick onto the Reaper, getting found in return.
Yep,
Here's gonna
Reaper.
be Park's own overclock.
Yep, Reaper taking out, not Reaper, Roadhog taking out other Roadhog very quickly with the robot coming around and the team forced to retreat.
They do manage to make it out with a couple members alive, though, so they will be able to recontest pretty quickly.
Yep, and we are seeing Valpo having 4 ults at the ready with Dirty Wolf halfway there. One good fight away, one to two good fights away from actually getting that full ult.
Here comes the Reaper from Purdue. It's gonna go down to the Hoggle. And the Blossom Profusic does find the Lucio.
Yep. Nope. We had a a match Reaper ult, and it seems Fuse came out on top.
Indeed, and they, again, only had to pay 2 ults for that. They still have both support ults in their pocket. Meanwhile, Purdue only has the whole hog and the gates to work with.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to come out here. But the hog is killed. That is big.
Yep.
Ooh. This is swung heavily into Shield's favor.
Yep, we are almost at the very end. There is not much room left for any more matches. Lucio trying to hold on. He doesn't want to leave his team alone.
They might have bought him enough time just to get their recontest up. But they don't have any ults to work with. This is going to be a tough retake.
But
Valpo again picking up 2.
Valpo is very behind with their amount of ults, with only Wistful being even remotely close. Yep.
But that is going to be Shield racking up that third and final win in a quick fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Shield is proceeding on to the final match.
Play of the game.
So we are seeing Wistful with the play of the game. We already heard them. They were popping off in the background. It seems like Valpo has a history of popping off. I'm going to be frankly honest.
Absolutely.
So.
Lovely little lag there on the play with Wistful not realizing that he didn't kill the Kiriko immediately, but it doesn't matter.
They're still screaming.
At the end of the day.
So we are looking, I'm assuming we're probably, who's the fight next week, or have they not? Carol, who we were expecting to win, as they are the first seed. Valpo is very excited for this match. They do believe they have their own opinions about their previous match with Carol, and they think they can come back stronger this time and finally beat them. So we'll see how Valpo Shield opinions are. Hopefully, so finals are going to be next week, most likely on Thursday, some point. We'll see. This is the second group going to finals for sure. Let's hope we can get some wins.
And we expect it to be a very close match. It is the number 1
for
versus number 2. Shield did lose to Carol last time they faced him in the regular season, but they've been going strong. We'll see if they can turn it around.
Valpo Shield really wanting that dub, so hopefully this goes well. So we are going to wrap it up here. We do have a Rocket League match tomorrow. They're going to have their Rocket League Gold is going to have their semifinals match tomorrow. Oh, at 6. At 6. They're going to have their semifinals match at 6 tomorrow, so feel free, hop on the stream, come support your Valpo team. Hopefully we can get 3 teams going to finals, which would be absolutely incredible. So let's hope. As always, my name is Aubrey and AirJ, also known as AirJ.
And I've been Kitakuki.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.